This is a solo how-to for Sister Sadie. This song is very fun to play on and solo on, mostly because there aren't many chords for you to have to worry about. You can really just explore the scales. So the two scales that I would suggest using are the Mixolydian scales, Mixo, which means that you have a flat 7 in the natural scale, which would sound like this. The first chord is G7 in concert G. So for trumpets and tenors, it would be an A7. For alto and bari, it would be an E7. On the piano, this is ridiculously easy. You have all white keys. So that's a great scale to use. Another scale that you can use is something that I call the altered major pentatonic scale. Boy, this thing is difficult to write with. The amp scale. And what that means is basically you have a major pentatonic scale, but it's slightly altered. I'm adding the flat 3. And the 5, I'm going flat 6 to 6 and 1. So it's 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 5, flat 6, 6, 1. And it sounds kind of like this. So I'm mixing both scales too. I'm not being really strict on staying with only one scale. I believe that you really need to know several scales and be able to move back and forth between them. So the two scales I'm using are the Mixolydian scale, and I'm also using these borrowed notes from the amp scale. And if you listen to the melody of the tune, we're using 1, flat 3, 3, 5, 6, 5, 1, bump. It goes up to the 3, so we're actually using that amp scale. When we get to the B section, this is again the same thing. I would suggest basically you could do a blues here because we're kind of messing with that form. You could do G blues. Then we move down, we modulate, and I would just arpeggiate or create a lick that you like. And you just move down in those intervals. Hope this helps, and happy soloing.